And welcome back to yet another early morning garden video. Yes, if you saw my last video, that was all the hydroponics and aquaponics out the back. This is out the front, and yeah, more stuff, I know. Now, this system has been working for the last, week and a half, 2 weeks. I haven't got hardly any plants in at the moment. I do have a few sword plants, if we can kind of see through the reflection. So a couple of swords already planted in there. A few random just assortments of plants, but it is all solar powered. So when the sun actually does decide to wake up, and I don't think there's going to be any sun today because subtropics and it's cloudy. Anyway, when the sun does turn on, this pump will turn on and it will pump all the water through. It's been working really well. I have not lost any water in my sump. And if we have a look over there, there is the sump there. Yeah, and the water has been pumping up through these. No overflow clogs or anything. But that is a little bit annoying. See that bit down there? Of course you can see that bit down there. There's a gap underneath the bulkhead fitting and the water flow because the water's siphoned back through there, which I wouldn't expect that to work, but it has. So anyway, doesn't really overly matter, but it's been working really, really well. I am going to add fish to this system. Wherever my EC meter is, let's see if I can do this one-handed. Swap phone camera hands. We are, there we go, 1.6 to 2. So not too bad. That is a decent amount of nutrients in the water. Let me just turn the camera upside down as I put my EC pen back. And that is just conductivity in the water. So stuff to grow plants. There you go. But this system is slowly working. There is Benji in the way. Good boy. Good boy for being in the way. I thought we might just do a mini nightmare tour of what's happened in the garden. I have not touched any of these euphorbias. If you don't know what a euphorbia is, it's like a toxic cactus. Yeah, they have like a white sap inside them and tons of spikes. Such an awesome plant from Africa. Obviously there are some cactus in here, but well, that's a cactus as well. But most of these are euphorbia, which is a nasty cactus, I suppose you could call it, even though it's not a cactus. Some really cool ones. Check out that. Toxic to dogs. That's why we don't want dogs chewing on them, do we, Benji? Oof, psst, what are you doing? He's a good boy. He's a very good boy. Otherwise, other cactus, Trichoceros, which is a psychoactive cactus. I know, woohoo, go Peru and everywhere else where it grows. Yeah, apart from that, we are getting our first little buds on our fruit trees. Oh, look, there's one of those wasp things. There is actually a wasp that lays eggs in the actual thing, and yeah, they will hatch into little wasps and then keep doing their thing, but got rid of most of them, but not all of them. Yeah, we don't want to genocide wasps. Yeah, we're not. Anyway, we have some buds starting on that, whatever that is. Eureka lemon. Pretty sure I got 2 Eureka lemons. Let's see if we can find the other one. And while we're finding the other one, we might as well look at everything else. Loquats. Now, they don't look that great. So I think maybe I haven't got enough fertilizer in these pots because they're still in pots. If you never tried a loquat before, they are absolutely delicious. Yeah, crazy. It's sort of like an orange lemon lime flavor. Yeah, a mixture of all the citrus, but they're not citrus. Oh, look at all the buds. Okay, it's not even spring. I think we've got 10 days to spring, and then yeah, everything's going to go crazy. But all the rain has made a whole lot of these grow new shoots. So expect a whole lot of nasty beetles and stuff like that about to wipe everything out, because that happens every year. I have harvested a whole lot of fruit and stuff, so there may be a picture on the screen. Yeah, that was the last couple of days. But what are they? They look like lemons as well. Oh, look, they are. Yeah, more Meyer lemons. Okay, I have doubled up on Meyer lemons. Not because I like Meyer lemons, but because I forgot I had Meyer lemons. I know, we have more cactus. Now, I did the other day start weeding. That's why some of these don't have any weeds in them and other ones are ridiculously weedy. It's kind of a neglected cactus patch, I know. Mostly Trichoceros, which are these cool cactus here. I used to have some fancy name ones, now they're just all cactus because, yeah, names sort of fall off them and it doesn't matter. It's not like I'm ever going to sell them or anything or need to know the names of them because they're just cactus. Ideally, one day I'm going to pot them up into nicer pots and have them a little bit more uniform. Look at the weeds. I know, this is what happens when you work 24 hours a day. I know, it's not 24 hours, but it seems like it. Yeah, I have all sorts of things overgrown. Oh no, I think the water, or the rain, kind of killed a fair few of my adeniums. But you get that. More sort of non-edible plants, tillandsia. Well, actually, technically you can eat the cactus. Yeah, not the adeniums or the euphorbia, but you could probably eat these. I don't know. I'm not going to eat them, but tillandsia, which is like the air plants, going really well. Chicken drumstick tree. I don't know. It's got a few mingy leaves, but it's holding on and it has new shoots. I'm pretty sure a lot of these trees just need to go in the ground, but they're still in pots. I haven't really dealt with what I'm doing with that. More nightmare cactus. Wow. Yeah. So there's another euphorbia. Whole mess. Look at the weeds. I'm going to zoom in over there. Yeah, there are weeds growing out of those pots. And there are cool plants in those pots. But yeah, the weeds are a little bit bigger. My dwarf peach is going to have peaches, hopefully. It didn't have any peaches last year, but it was just one small little stick. And in the last, what are we? I think last month or so, it has got new leaves because, yeah, spring has not sprung yet, but it's doing its thing. Finger lime. There is a whole curly Sue. That is a cactus as well. How cool is that? Called a curly Sue. That was given to me by a awesome friend about 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, I should put it somewhere better, but it's just there. Coffee trees are doing okay. Those are the two new ones. This one is the original one that I got the coffee beans off. I think there's still a few there. There's one. A few unripe ones. Yeah, that's a word, unripe. But yeah, they are going okay. I might have to move them for summer. But I do have a giant frangipani tree there that grows leaves in summer and sort of shades this area, so they may be okay. More buds. Look at that. What is that? That is an orange of some type. So hopefully we'll have a few oranges. Haven't really had any oranges yet, mainly just lemons. Another one, what's that? Pomelo? I can't even pronounce that. Another random fruit tree. Yeah, butchered that name. My avocados, I did get one avocado on these tiny little trees. They're all grafted, so what's that one? Oh no, it's not avocado, it's a mango. See, I do know that's a mango because avocado is right next door. And these avocados absolutely hate it here, so I'm going to have to move them. Look how mingy that is. I know. And before you say, oh yeah, it's just the time of year. No, it's not. Come on, Benji, quick. Come on, Benji, quick. Look at your little wiggle. God, you got a wiggle on. We're going over here. There is avocados over here. Now, this avocado tree was grown by seed, yes. So it's going to turn into a horrible avocado, but that is about 1.5 years old. It looks awesome. And there is another one here. This. Look how perfect that looks. So I'm going to have to move those avocados from over there over here. It just seems a better area for them. And I think this is the giant avocado. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there you go. Giant avocado jala, which I think was produced in Queensland, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone even watches that. But yeah, they are going a lot better here. So I think I just have to move them here with all these guava trees, which are going really well as well. Yeah, cactus down there. Need to deal with that. Hog plum. Check that out. I know, that's a dwarf hog plum. I'm pretty sure they call them a hog plum because hogs eat them. I don't think they taste like hogs. I don't know, I don't eat hogs. And yeah, I have not tried one of these because every time they're just about ripe, they drop, something eats them and I forget to collect them. But there's a couple of bigger ones there, they're not quite ripe yet, and then there's a whole lot of new ones. So that's kind of weird that the one tree has got two different lots of fruit. I know, there's more over there as well. Oh, chartreuse, which is a mulberry. They were not there last week, so that's kind of crazy. Normal mulberries, so there'll be a whole heap of mulberries. Yeah, they're all growing in pots, and yeah, do you want to know the annoying thing about mulberries? I absolutely hate them. I know, I thought they'd be delicious. Oh, they are the worst thing I've ever tasted. And it is just me because I gave some to a mate and he loved them. He's like, more. And I'm like, you serious? They taste vile. So the chartreuse are kind of weird. You pick them and you have to eat them pretty much straight away, otherwise they just turn to nothing, which is really bizarre. They're just like a long mulberry, I guess. Have I still got the tag? Oh no, look. Dwarf red chartreuse. Yeah, we're not going to know what that is. Hopefully I will watch this video in another year or two and go, that's what it is. It was a dwarf red chartreuse as a giant train bus thing goes past. White mulberry, I think, pretty sure that's a chartreuse as well. I'm not entirely sure, but a white mulberry, go figure. Otherwise, in there, just a complete mess. Fish tank I need to get rid of, some potting mix, and that is the potting mix that I use. Awesome stuff. Oh look, we have a seed pod for one of the adeniums, which is holding on. Yeah, they don't like the rain. I think what I need to do with all the adeniums and a whole lot of the succulents, check out that awesome aloe vera. Look at that. That's a little shop of horrors plant if I've ever seen one, with a whole lot of weeds. I need to deal with the weeds. But yeah, the adeniums, ideally I want a nice greenhouse so I can put all these desert plants in so they don't rot, because yeah, they do not like the humidity and the rain and stuff like that. But that is sort of where we are with that side. If we go around here, check that out. How awesome is that? Another euphorbia, white ghost or something stupid, I think it's a common name. Another cactus, trichoceros. More of those. Now that is the original color, and that is the variegated version, which is like whitey color, obviously. Check that out. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I think it's a type of aloe vera. Look at the spikes on that. I know, I like cool spiky plants. That is just an awesome looking plant. Yeah, otherwise, lots and lots of the same. I cannot remember what these were. What were these? Nope. Some sort of tree that I should know, but yeah, that's what happens. Otherwise, I still do have a few of these holding on, but they look a bit mingy. Yeah, not too sure how they're going. They're still in pots as well, so I probably should deal with that. There's my pineapple. Thank you very much, Maddie, for a pineapple, which takes, what, a year or two to turn into a pineapple. I need to put it into a bigger thing of dirt. Otherwise, that's sort of about it with this sort of side. Yeah, the new guava trees are doing well. This one, which lost all its leaves, is starting to look like a guava tree again. So, should take off super, super quick. Oh, you should see in the cage one of the, and I did manage to harvest a whole lot of tomatoes, so that was very quick. That one's starting to colour up. Yeah, beefsteak tomatoes. So many pizzas, I tell you, because, you know, that's apparently my diet now. You got a little spider. Yes, look at that. That is a purple cauliflower. Got water on it, rain, whatever, but purple cauliflower. Yeah, a lot bigger than the other ones, obviously, because it's a different strain. That leaf's a little bit screwed, so let's just take your leaf off. I don't think this one developed a cauliflower, no. But we did harvest an awesome normal cauliflower. Sorry, spider, you'll have to build your web back. My lettuce. Now, how pathetic are they? If you're growing lettuce and you live in southeast Queensland, don't put them in pots. Yeah, because That's how big they are after, what, 4 weeks or something stupid like that. And the ones in the hydroponics are insane. Yeah, you cannot even see the hydroponic pipe, which is under there now. What am I going to do with all this bloody lettuce? I did make a lettuce pizza. That was amusing. It actually tasted okay. Lettuce is delicious. Well, this lettuce, normal shop lettuce, just has no taste usually. But this stuff, holy crap. Yeah, and this is just simple hydroponics with a solar panel. So it pumps the water up through this pipe that you cannot see. And then it just pumps back, well, it just goes by gravity back into the tub. So I haven't done anything with this since it's been set up. Planted the lettuce and don't need to top it up or anything, and now I have a stupid amount of lettuce. Yeah, only grows in winter here, so not going to happen any other time of year. It's just going to fry. It worked really well. Yeah, I know. And that solar panel only turns on for a few hours a day just to pump more solution through. If I can grab one of these to show you the roots. Look at that. I know. There you go, just holes in PVC pipe. And more lettuce. I know. The crack key method of buckets that I've got round the other side worked probably a little bit, probably the same, to be honest, because these aren't as old as that method, but they're just buckets with solution in them where this just pumps the water through. So you could probably fit a lot more in this sort of size because you're not, dumping buckets everywhere. So if you've got like limited space, do this method, which I got videos on. Otherwise, you got more space, do the bucket method because, yeah, set and forget. Pretty easy. Otherwise, I'll probably just leave the video at that. That little tiny spiral cactus, which is a ceres, is just holding on. It nearly died of mites the other year. Look at the scar damage on that cactus. But going well. Anyway, next update, hopefully this will be going and it'll be sunny. And yeah, I might add some fish and stuff in there and muck around a little bit to it. But, oh, actually, I think we're just starting to get, look at that. There we go. Might be just enough light to actually have the solar panel turn on and the pump turn on. The solar panel turn on, you know what I mean. For the solar panel to work and the pump to turn on. There we go, proper English. Anyway, next video or so, I will sort out all this area, which is a complete jungle. Anyway, thanks heaps for watching. See you in the next video.